June, I want your eyes on the sky.
Hey there folks, I'm going to show you here my run through Mythic Winter Contingency.
Let's go, 6. All right,
and what this is basically what you do is you have all skulls on in Halo Reach and you play on Legendary. This can be done solo or co-op. And so first thing you want to do is just sprint past all this boring stuff. And as you can tell, I'm competing with a lot of voices. But yeah, this part's all pretty much unnecessary, so I'm just skipping through it. I did this on the week when this was the weekly achievement, so there are definitely a lot of people who've done it. So right here is where you do your first battle, so I'm stopping here. And what you do is you run over through this side corridor here. And I'm just sitting here so I can regenerate my run again so that I can get past without taking very much damage. Because you can't regenerate your shields without punching something, which is actually a dangerous thing to try and do. So now you're just going to stick to the right, and hopefully when you get over here you're not going to be spotted. You want to hop over these iron bars here once you get across the bridge. Now if you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's because it's a challenge for me, and I love the Halo campaigns. And I know the only guide out there for the official Mythic group. That guy has some kind of crazy luck, and I just wanted to show you that it's actually not as easy as what he makes it out to be. Because this is actually my third attempt before I actually got it. So as you can see, I just ran around the side there and no one really paid attention. Now you'll want to take good care of your car here because it's very important for your survival and progress. And the rule of thumb here is to just go ahead and, if there's a fork in the road, go to the right. So that's one good piece of advice I got out from the guide. So I just go to the right, and I think, no, I didn't splatter that guy. Oh. And one thing you want to keep an eye on is your body. As you can see, well, maybe you can't, but I think at this point I already lost my shields. So there's another fork, I went to the right. You just keep going. And then there's the Bob Elite over here. I don't know if you saw him back there, but you have to be really careful for him because he does have a concussion rifle and he will shoot at you sometimes. But there's a good shot of my shields getting popped. They're very crackly. So I think I'll fast forward through this because I wait for a while. You have to actually get really close to get that drop ship to drop off its troops. So I just went on and did a Leroy Jenkins and triggered it pretty quick here. See, like, I had no idea what was supposed to happen here. Just one of those things that the guide never mentioned, so I figured I'd throw it in mine. And they're just shooting at the troopers down here. Now, it's okay if you run over Marines or something. Now behind us, there on the other side, there are also more troops, so you want to be very careful. Because if you go too far to hide, then they'll come after you. And so basically you're just going to try to mow things down, and it's a really good tactic that the guide brought up, and you just pretty much make swipes back and forth. The one thing you have to be really careful for is that fallen tree and that fallen warthog. I know that's probably going to be one of the biggest issues that people are going to have. So I'm just fast forwarding through this part because it's pretty unexciting. I just do the same stuff over and over again. Waiting for them to drop off troops.
You stay right there.
So once you get through the first drop ship, 2 more come down and shoot at the Falcon. And now they'll drop off more than just grunts. There will be elites. And what you'll want to do is be sure that they are not looking at you you want them to pay attention to the troopers. And as you can see there, I made a good pass. I took out a couple guys and didn't get hit very much. And I go over here to show you that there is actually another car there in case yours blows up or you get flipped over in that the fray of the battle. And there are 2 health packs that are very handy. And I checked to see if I need it, and turns out I don't. So
I'm under fire!
I was kind of thinking that I took a lot of damage. But a good tactic is to make sure after you go through a few enemies and take a few hits is just to back off for a second and let your health regenerate. And if you didn't take too much damage, you'll go back to full health, which is actually rather nice of Bungie to be able to just let you do that even though you have no shields. So I'm gonna get another swipe in here.
Heavy fire in my position! Don't let
I'll show
up.
you what a run through looks like in normal motion. So I was really close to that elite, and I actually do remember that run through. And I think this is the one where I take out like 3 of them. Yeah, see, you gotta be really careful for that Warhog. I almost got overcharged by a plasma pistol, and that could be really bad. So if that happens to you, get out immediately and try to sprint away. So I think I go back here to check again for health, which was dumb of me, but I think it was worth it.
Fire.
So I grabbed the other one by mistake, whatever.
Fire in the hole! I'm on the front! Grenade!
I didn't hit anyone that time. And
Enemy situation!
there we go. Took out like 3 of them there.
Stay tight! Taking it!
Or did I? I don't know. There we go. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I totally forgot about that. So that was bad because I pushed him too close to me. And let's see if I can rewind that for you. Okay, this is a good part. As soon as I killed that elite, I think that's something you should try to do is kill the elites, because here I splatter him, and when elites die and there are grunts around, the grunts have historically panicked. And so what that means is that they'll do something crazy like run away, or in this case, they all go suicide and blow each other up. So that was really lucky. And I know I told you that, you know, the guys are always lucky, but, you know, I think we all have a little bit of luck sometimes on the runs that we actually make. So I check myself, I see that I don't need any health, but I think I actually realized that I go back for it. So here I am looking for a really good plasma pistol, because you will need a plasma pistol. Always make sure to pick up one. So here you go. This is the trick. You overcharge yourself with the plasma pistol, and then it does a little bit of damage to you, and that allows you to then pick up a health pack. And when you pick up a health pack, it also regenerates your shields entirely if you're not interrupted by being shot at. So
Noble 2.
be sure to do that no matter what.
Can you beat it? Okay. We'll move to your location.
So now this is always the most questionable part of this mission for me, is like, now why do you have to drop me off in the middle of a courtyard filled with 1,000 jackals and grunts? So anyway, you have to be really careful here. Make sure to keep spamming your get out of the vehicle button, because you won't be prompted. And I think what I do is I chuck a few grenades in here,
Eyes up, grenade!
which I believe I did. You run past through here. In the guy's video that does the mythic guides, he actually runs straight through, but I prefer not to. Now for this part, you just basically want to, you know, hang out in the very back corner here, because stray grenades and concussion shots do tend to come in. Only poke your head out if you feel brave, because it's very dangerous in this little part, despite how safe you might feel. But you do have some assault rifle ammo and a health pack, so you can be a little bit adventurous. I just try to pick off jackals, and if there are any grunts. I don't think there are any grunts, but if there are, go ahead and you know, pick them off one by one. Because the noble team isn't very good at what they're supposed to do. They're only really good at taking fire. So as you can see, I'm just keeping an eye on Carter and George out there, making sure they're not backing in here and getting me killed. And eventually, you do have to be very careful because there will be an influx of explosions. And you also have to be really careful that an elite does not see you, because you know, on the rare occasion they actually can pop in and come get you, and you're cornered in here, so you want to make sure you're not seen by elites. Make sure George and Carter take care of them. In the official, I guess, mythic guide, that's what happened. The door was actually closed with an elite. So I think this is, yeah, this is it. This is where it gets interesting. Because the dropship starts shooting at you and grenades are thrown. And you have to be really careful that no stray shots hit you. So go ahead and pick up some DMR ammo. And as always, this door takes forever, so here I am punching it. And pick up the health packs if you need them. Again, really helpful. There's 2 of them. So this is the difficult part. This is really the only difficult part, in my opinion, is this part where the heretic elite hops out. So first, I don't realize it, but you do have to go forward a little bit, trigger him, and basically you want to get the hell out of the way and avoid those concussion rifle shots. And just stay in this corner in the back and just pick off the grunts and jackals as they reveal themselves. And we're looking good here. This is the part where I got really annoyed because this grunt was being a complete moron, and in addition to that, George was actually doing nothing. He was trapped behind boxes for most of this fight, and I didn't realize it. But George is normally supposed to be your guy that really does the initiation and draws their fire. But I did get him unstuck, and I almost got hit by a forklift. And there's George. Oh man, he's getting decimated. And you do have to be really careful about that concussion rifle and grenades. I cannot emphasize it enough. If you get hit by 2 or 3 of those or something like that, it'll kill you. Now, one thing I failed to do is actually go around to the left side to get a better angle, and that's something you should try to do. I think I do actually eventually go over there, but you should do it a lot earlier once you clear out some of the grunts and jackals, and if you are able to, go ahead and do it. So I see that I think I've killed everyone. There's George, he was stuck there that whole time, so I get him out of there. That was pretty unfortunate, but that I had to waste a grenade. And I do suggest that you try to save your grenades until this part right here. So you want to hide behind these pillars here
I'm going hot.
and stay back and let George draw most of the fire. If there are any jackals left, go ahead and take them out, because the hallway is just filled with grunts, as you probably know from playing it on easier difficulties.
You got incoming. Here I
So I
come.
think I ran out of ammo for some stuff around here,
Get
so I picked up some old weapons that aren't that great. So I just assault rifle these guys with very short bursts, so that they don't, you know, murder me, and so I don't waste any ammo.
Nailed that one.
Just do very short, quick shots so that the bloom doesn't
Taking enemy fire.
make your bullets go to waste.
Damn it. Get you.
So I'm being very cautious because this part's actually dangerous with grunts throwing grenades left and right. And they do hide behind the corner there. So you want to just let George go in there and pick off any that venture around the corner for you. Now a little bit of a tip here is that if you're doing this, the reticle is actually not perfectly center on the screen, at least in widescreen mode. I know that's true. I don't know about a normal screen, which is a 4:3 aspect ratio. But on widescreen, which is 16:9 aspect ratio for your screen, then it's a little bit lower than the middle. So you want to keep an eye on that. Make sure you're aiming it well. So there I picked off a few grunts. Got a jackal that was still left over from the initial encounter. And I do pick up a plasma grenade and try to get George to go in there. Go on, George. Come on. Go on, little guy. And I throw a really good grenade, and I think I get a overkill. And also another little tip I might want to add in here is that you should probably play with free-for-all enabled, because free-for-all is going to give you extra points for your kills and double kills and stuff, so make sure to turn scoring on. So this is a really nice part because there are grunts without helmets on, and up until now they've all been the grunts with helmets, which are the ultra grunts. Now George is just going to stay there, and what we want to do is, after you pick off all the grunts, is hop onto the railings here, which is actually a tactic I found out on my first try of this level when I played through with my friends on Heroic on the first day. So you want to get up here, and it gives you a really nice angle of the room in there. And you take that plasma pistol you grabbed earlier, and you just shoot at the elites until their shields go down. And you want to keep it up because their shields won't regenerate for a certain amount of time. And I lose it there. As you can see, I waited too long. And one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to go past this archway, because once you do, the door to the previous hallway will close, and it will completely ruin the tactics you need for later with the sword elite in there, and you will most definitely die if you aren't lucky. So there I am, I shot him in the foot. This is very annoying stuff, so you know, just bear with me. I think I actually take him out here. Let's see. Yeah, I got really lucky and he just did not move. So once you do that, once you take out his shield, just hit him with the DMR, even if you can't headshot him. And you know, take your time, because as long as you've shot him, it, you know, resets his shield regeneration timer. And there we go. We killed the first elite, which has, I believe, a concussion rifle or something like that. So he's not nearly as hard as the sword elite, because sword elite can kill you in one hit, and that's all it takes to end the level. And he's the last guy, so it can be very annoying, and I know it. And basically, as soon as he starts running towards you, as soon as you see him start running towards you, just back off, because he'll come around the corner and they run really fast. These sword elites, and for the love of your life, do not let him see you. Now, one tactic is for people who have done this is to go up behind him and yeah, I got really freaked out there. Is to go up behind him while George distracts him and just punch him in the back, you know, assassinate him. But I get way too freaked out by him, and I don't want to lose, so I just oh wow, I guess I exploded him all the way across the gap again. So I just wait for him to come around again, make sure he does not see me, because he will just come up and slash me. And yeah, let's see. I forget what I did. So there we go. Shields go down. Thanks to George. And we headshot him.
Noble 5 reporting.
And that's
Targets
it.
Neutralized.
Congratulations
Cat needs you to reset a junction. Do
to
it.
all of us
Get back.
who have done it, you and me. I hope this helped you out a little bit, and go ahead and keep watching because I will show you more.